What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Full 90. Now we are into a very exciting stage of the Champions League, the semi-finals, and obviously I predicted that Man City, Juventus, Barcelona and Liverpool would be in the semi-finals, but I did say in that video that at least one of them is actually not going to happen. Although they were the favourites, one of them is going to be the upset, and of course the main talking points: Tottenham, Ajax. It's absolutely crazy. So let's get in with the semi-final predictions. Please do leave your two predictions down in the comments below and give me a little bit of an in-depth reasoning. I want to see why you guys think what you're thinking, how you think the tie is going to end overall, and we're going to do the same sort of analysis in this video today. So kicking it off in the first semi-final, we have Tottenham versus Ajax. This is going to be super duper exciting. I think one of the main reasons that I really wanted Man City to go through the quarterfinals, and I was kind of disappointed that Tottenham went through. Obviously I'm an Arsenal fan, but aside from that, I think obviously Ajax have knocked out Real Madrid and they've knocked out Juventus, and I felt like the only team that would give them an even tougher test, that would be even more epic to overcome, would be Man City. I really wanted to see Ajax versus Man City, but we are going to see Ajax versus Tottenham, which will arguably be a closer contest, but I'm excited either way. So yes, Tottenham versus Ajax. Let's have a little look at some of the statistics that I have got on my screen right here. So we'll go with the last 6 games for Tottenham so far to check out a bit of form. I don't have the result of the West Ham game because of the time recording that's happening tomorrow, but the last 6 games in reverse chronological order: a 1-0 win against Brighton, the 1-0 loss against Man City in the Premier League, although they did play fairly well, the 4-3 loss against Man City in the Champions League that saw them advance thanks to Sterling's disallowed offside goal, a 4-0 win against Huddersfield, a 1-0 win against Man City in the Champions League, and a 2-0 win against Crystal Palace. And that actually dates back to the time they first got their new ground. And the West Ham game, is yet to be played at the time of recording. I predicted Tottenham would win that 3-1, actually conceding their first goal in the new stadium, because they've had 4 games at the time of recording, scoring 8 and conceding 0, which is absolutely insane. And the thing that's going to be, I think, difficult for I guess Tottenham in this tie, because they got away with it against Man City. The first leg against Man City was a 1-0 win to Tottenham. And I think Man City almost gave Tottenham too much respect. They decided to play the game a little bit more cautious when they should have played their attacking game, the style that got them there. Similar to the way they played against Schalke, they should have given Tottenham the same respect. Like, respect them as an opponent, but don't be too easy on them. Go for it a little bit more. The thing with Ajax is that they will play the same way against everyone. They don't give teams too much respect, and they play their natural, free-flowing, high-pace attacking game, and they will do the same against Tottenham. And I think if West Ham don't score in the game against Tottenham that has already played since this video is recorded and now has come out, I think Ajax will be the first team to score at Tottenham's ground. So looking at Ajax, the last 6 games for them: a 4-2 win against Vitesse. I don't know if I'm pronouncing some of these teams correctly. A 1-0 win against Groningen. I don't know how I'd say that. A 2-1 win against Juventus away from home. A 6-2 win against Excelsior. The 1-1 draw against Juventus, and a 4-1 win against Wilhelm, which was great for them. And if I'm correct, I think Wilhelm 2, their academy, is where they bought De Jong from, and they bought him for €1. And now they're selling him for, I think, 75 million to Barcelona. Wilhelm getting 10% of that as a sell-on fee. So they sold a player for €1, and 5 years later get 7.5 million back. So pretty decent for Wilhelm. But the Dutch league are actually taking the week off to allow Ajax to prepare for the Champions League semi-final, and they're just allowed to do that, I guess. So Ajax will be fresh and looking to score away goals, because it was actually away from home that they knocked out Real Madrid. I think they lost at home against Real Madrid 2-1, then they turned it around and won 4-1 at Real Madrid. They obviously beat and knocked out Juventus at their ground as well. So this will be a close game with a lot of action. I think Ajax are going to be looking to get some away goals. I think this game will have remnants of the second leg between Man City and Tottenham compared to the first leg. Like I said, I think the first leg was as low scoring as it was, and Man City didn't get the breakthrough because they gave Tottenham too much respect. Ajax almost as an underdog in the entire tournament. Not so much in this tie. I think Ajax are actually the bookies' favourites to progress in this tie, but they won't give Tottenham too much respect, and Tottenham likewise will also try and push, because they'll want to have a good, strong performance at the new home ground. So I think there's going to be goals either end, and I'm going to go for a stalemate in the first leg. Like, typically first legs don't have as many goals as seen in the 1-0 Man City Tottenham one, but I'm going to go for more goals here. A 2-2 between Tottenham and Ajax. Now the next game is obviously Barcelona versus Liverpool. So let me just scroll down here and got the results here. So The last 6 games for Barcelona: a 2-0 win against Alaves, a 2-1 win against Real Sociedad, a 3-0 win against Man United, a 0-0 draw away to Huesca, who are pretty terrible, right in the bottom of the La Liga, but they basically played their second 11 to be fresh for the 3-0 win against Man United. They won 1-0 against Man United, and they won 2-0 against Atletico Madrid, which is easier said than done. And their last 6 home games, they've scored 17 goals and conceded 3. It really is a fortress at the Nou Camp. So that is something for Liverpool to worry about. But the last 6 games for Liverpool looking the best out of the 4 remaining teams. 6 wins, a 2-0 win against Cardiff, a 4-1 win against Porto, a 2-0 win against Chelsea, a very good performance there, a 2-0 win against Porto, a 3-1 win against Southampton, and a 2-1 win against Tottenham. Liverpool have actually won their last 9 games and have been doing what's necessary to get the win. Other than the destruction of Porto, realistically, their games have been closer than I think they would have liked it. You know, such as the Cardiff game. Had Maddison equaled with the header, that he could have easily made it 1-1. It could have been a very tight game. They've been scoring late goals to win games, so they haven't been necessarily as convincing as you might expect sometimes, but they've been doing what they need to get the win, and they always play for the full 90. Little channel pun for you there, but they always push to the end. They are the best at scoring late goals this season, and they're doing very, very well. I think this is going to be a very, very close game, and Liverpool will be looking for an away goal and just will try to keep it as close as possible in order to take the game to Anfield and try and qualify from there. I don't think it'll be the end of the world if Liverpool don't win this first leg. Obviously, the Nou Camp is a terrible place for them to go. Honestly, I feel like this tie is going to come down to which fortress holds up the best. Both home teams will fancy themselves at their own ground, and I predict a home win for both legs. It's just a matter of who can turn up on the day and by what margin each team wins. I think Barcelona at home, although this isn't the best Barcelona team we've ever seen, it's certainly very good, and Lionel Messi is still on phenomenal form. He's got to get the Ballon d'Or this year, surely. Maybe Van Dijk. Maybe not. I'm not even going to put Sterling in that conversation. Sterling's been great, but he hasn't been a level above the rest. Van Dijk, however, has been a level above all centre-backs, and Lionel Messi has been a level above everyone else. I think Sterling and Van Dijk was just in my head because that's the sort of Premier League Player of the Year debate, but surely Lionel Messi's getting the Ballon d'Or this year. He's the top goal scorer. He's actually doing bits in the Champions League. They're going to win La Liga. Obviously, Mbappe's got loads of goals, but they've won League One, but that's it. They're out of everything else as far as I know. Ronaldo, you know, he's won domestic stuff with Juventus, but they're out of the Champions League, and he hasn't had the best form as far as he's concerned, but Messi's on another level. So I think Barcelona, a very long-winded way of saying it, I think Barcelona, they're going to have to win. If they don't win at the Nou Camp, I would say it's a very likely chance that Liverpool will go through. So I think given that, I think Barcelona are just going to have to win. And I'm going to go for a very close 2-1 scoreline, which I think Liverpool will be happy with. You know, with one away goal, they'd only need to win 1-0 at home, which would be very, very interesting. I could see a 2-1 in both legs, extra time penalties. That would be amazing. I love watching penalty shootouts. It's so dramatic and intense because it's literally a coin toss. It's back and forth, the momentum, it shifts. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Barcelona. I think if I had to give my predictions as to who would advance from this stage, I think Ajax are just going to scrape past Tottenham. Just maybe. I don't know. I actually think they're very evenly matched. I think as long as Liverpool don't get beaten by more than a goal at the Nou Camp, I think Liverpool will go through to the final. I think they can, at Anfield, certainly they can overturn a goal deficit 100%. I think they can do that. So yeah, I'm going to go 2-2 Tottenham and Ajax and 2-1 Barcelona and Liverpool to make for a very entertaining second leg. I'm so excited for the European football we have left. 8 teams. These 4, Arsenal, Chelsea, Valencia and Frankfurt in the Europa League. The video will be coming up on the 29th of April. Not the 29th of April, the 30th of April in a couple of days. So yeah, subscribe today. Leave a like on the video. Turn on the bell so you don't miss a single of these uploads, and I'll see you in the next one very soon.